Hi everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel, Hallmark Plus More, where we watch and talk about shows, movies, mysteries, Hallmark ornaments, and anything else that floats our boat. So today we're going to be watching and discussing a new show on ABC called High Potential, Season 1, Episode 5. It stars Caitlin Olsen as Morgan. She is a single mother of three, and she has a high IQ of 160. So she's very intelligent, but it kind of gets her in trouble. She has a hard time keeping a steady job, and she is actually consulting on murder cases with the police. So definitely very funny how she got the job. She was a cleaning lady in the police department, and she corrected basically their murder board. And the detective wanted to find out who it was, and that's how they found her. And she has agreed to consult on murder cases. In return, the captain is going to help her open up a missing persons case on Roman, which was her oldest daughter's father. He went out for diapers and never came back, and so Morgan thinks that there's something else to it. He wouldn't have just left them. So that's kind of like what she agreed upon. I'll help you, but you got to help me as well. So there's always that side story there. So that's always interesting too. So I'm very excited to get into it. I hope you enjoy watching it with me and discussing, and stay with me after, and we'll do a review of the episode. So I'm just going to count it down on what's on the screen. They just finished Dancing with the Stars. So if you watch that, I'm not going to tell you who got eliminated, but it is the very end of Dancing with the Stars. And so it just shows like a dark screen for a split second. It goes right on into the episode, no commercials. So right now I've got that dark screen, and I'm going to count it down, and we'll watch it and discuss it together in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, starting out in a museum. Seeing snakes and things in a museum, maybe at night. Okay. So he's a vet tech. He's a vet tech, so it's not a museum. So he's given somebody their medicine. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Okay, so it looks like the cage fell. As he picked it up, he lost somebody. Oh my. Okay, well, that was unexpected. He found a dead body. Yeah, she looks dead. Okay. Oh, okay. So he loses a lizard, a frog, and as he's following for him, he finds the dead body with murder. All right, here we see Morgan. All right, so she's going. Yeah, seriously. Murder, murder, murder. All right, she's looking around. What's she see? Come on, Morgan, what do you see? Exotic animals. Why didn't you not let him wash his hands? Okay, she stopped him from washing his hands. Taking him out with a tranquilizer gun. Oh my. How does she know it was in the soap? She figured it out. It was in the soap dispenser. Wow. Still recovering. Of course, you shot him with a dart gun. How did you know she... That was so quick. The soap dispenser thing. She's amazing. Oh my goodness. That was quick. She figured that out. I'm impressed. Yoga. Okay. Hmm. Guy troubles. So was she dating somebody? Okay. Oh, okay. Who was it? Okay. Well, so it looks like, she became friends. Monica really got involved in her life with her son because her son is tore up about it. Um, but I think kids can attach to people quickly. So, but yeah, if there's a man, they're obviously gonna, figure out who that is. He's probably gonna do some kind of sketch, or Morgan's gonna ask him questions, right? Because she's gonna figure out who the man was. But I always say if you find a suspect early in the show, most likely it's not that person, right? So, you don't want to jump on the suspect pool too early, because most of the time they want you to think it's this person, and then throughout the show, right, it turns out to be somebody else. But what I find interesting is she said murder, like Morgan said, the printer was automated by voice, right, or voice activated. So obviously Monica knew it was murder. That's why she said that. But with the dart frog, I think it was, how he got out and he's poisonous and he got in the soap dispenser. I mean, did somebody put him in the soap dispenser? Because like Morgan said, she was washing her hands, she saw the paper towel next to her, and then it got on her hands, obviously, because it was from the soap. So was this like thought out, premeditated murder? And also, who had the key to get in because it was locked, right? So somebody actually unlocked the lock to get to the poisonous frog. And then I'm assuming the poisonous frog, they put the frog in the soap dispenser on purpose, or was it like she was there with somebody else and maybe Monica found, the dart frog, and then they improvised and stuck it in the soap dispenser. So I mean, I'd like to find out a little more. I love to find out the who done it. But if you watch my videos and the way I think, I also want to know why and how, and I want to get into that mentality of the killer. Like, was this thought out and planned? At some point when Monica knew she was paralyzed and she was going to die, I mean, she was the doctor. So I'm sure as soon as she kind of saw it, and she knew she was going to die, that's why she said that to the printer as like a last hurrah, like, hey, I was murdered. But I mean, did she know who it was? I just would like to know more information, like, how she did it. Was it the guy, the tech that came in that found her? I mean, that's always a possibility. I don't think so. He generally looked surprised when he found her. And he was listening to the voicemail of her. So, I mean, he wouldn't have done that if he knew she was dead. So, I don't really know if somebody came up behind her. Maybe she was just feeding the frogs or something. You know what I mean? And it was a spare the moment. Or maybe the killer was going to kill her some other way, saw that she was with the dart frogs and was like, oh, this is great, I'll just do it this way. Or if it had been planned the whole time. So definitely want to feel, more information. If she's seeing somebody, why is she keeping it a secret? So I always like to find that out too. Let's see. Here we go. Doing a sketch of the person. Mm. I knew he was going to connect with them. Good job. Interesting. Why? Oh. Ooh. Oh. Wow. Okay, well, that's a lot of. Yeah. How do you know about the flip flops? Oh, did he read the police report? Sad. What a loser. Yeah, seriously, why'd you see her? Oh, great. Wow. Ooh! Go, Morgan. Ooh! Wow. I don't like him. He's too smug and arrogant. Told you it couldn't be the first suspect, but he's still smug, arrogant. SOB. But he knew about the flip flops. I feel like the dad had anger. Ooh. Irresponsible parenting. Yeah, but if she's taking a pill, I need to know. That's not good. Then why did she lie about it? Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay. So, yeah, that's a slippery slope being a parent. But there's no, manual, there's no learning process with being a parent. I mean, everybody parents differently, and everybody has different decisions, everybody has different thoughts and opinions on it. So, I mean, there are two options. You either confront her, but as a teenager, since she's 15, I know you're devastated that she's obviously sexually active because she's taking birth control and that she's got a boyfriend that you don't know nothing about. However, you do have to make that decision. I mean, once she finds out that you're snooping, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times that's going to put a barrier between you, a wall. If she's not telling you she's having sex and she has a boyfriend, and then you tell her, like, look, I snooped around and you're on birth control, she's not going to open up more. She's probably going to shut off more. So I think that was a good approach, not mentioning it. Wait for her to feel comfortable. Reevaluate how you're communicating with your daughter. You know what I mean? Because you want her to feel comfortable. I think all parents want our kids to feel like they have a safe place. They can tell their parents anything. So this was probably a little bit of a hit for Morgan because she probably thought she did have a good communication with Ava, and now she's finding out she's keeping secrets. So that's really hard. You want to confront her. You want to find out. And I support her going through her room, even though don't want to invade her privacy. I mean, it could be Adderall, it could be caffeine pills, it could be, it could be something that could affect her health. So you want to find out. It's almost a little bit of a relief when it's birth control since it's not hurting her health, but at the same time, it's not really relief. Now you're scared. I mean, Morgan has 3 children, like you said. I mean, she knows having sex even with birth control can still end with the pregnancy. So you always have that. There is no, anytime you have sex, it's a risk. Condoms aren't 100%, birth control is not 100%. So you want to you want to be glad she's being cautious, but you also are a little nervous, right? But the reality is most teenagers are doing it. You know what I mean? That's the facts. So I like that. She kind of was said she was going to talk to her, and then she was like, no, and said, we were thinking of putting a swing in your room, because you want to make sure you have that comfort and safeness that your kids feel when they can come and talk to you. And I think that's every parent's fear. You want your kids to be comfortable talking to you. So I think what Morgan's going to have to do is she's going to have to pivot and really think about how to talk to her daughter to get her to open up and get her daughter to tell her what's going on. Because if your kids are building up that wall, it's usually because they don't feel safe or something happened. So I feel like she's going to have to self-reflect and try to build up more of a comfort and more of a better relationship with Ava so that she'll tell her herself, I think, is what I would see as a parent. Like, I'm saying, you're sexually active. I didn't do anything wrong, but I hope you are comfortable enough to come to me and talk to me. So, all right, here we go. We're getting back into it. Okay. Reviews online. What do they say? Okay. Wow. Oh. We'll pay for what? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Speak. Tell us. Who's Fernando? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So his spider, tarantula. Okay. Okay. She's got another apartment. Yeah, let's go to this Hollywood apartment. What's going on? Uh-oh. Looks like a gun. Oh, it's not a gun. It's a drill. Uh-oh. So why have two apartments? Oh my, she's got animals in here. Uh-oh, they're gonna find his tarantula. You watch. That supposedly died. Watch, they're gonna find the tarantula. I have a feeling. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I know the tattoo guy, seemed a little scary at first, but he really was attached to his tarantula, which isn't that far-fetched. People are attached to their animals. People, just have different pets, snakes, dogs, cats. They get very attached to them. So it sounded like when he was talking, it wasn't just a regular tarantula. It was a special breed, which apparently Monica noticed. Saw that the tarantula was fine, but made up an excuse that he needed an exam, and then basically said that the tarantula died, and I guess is smuggling him. Now, we need to ask and figure out, why was she smuggling? Was she forced into it? Because some people are kind of threatened, or a threat on their life. Like, look, you get a lot of animals in your vet. I need you to set aside all the exotic ones, or I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to expose your secret. Or did she get into this exotic pets smuggling ring on her own? Was this something that she found to get more money? So I feel like that's kind of what we want to find out, because we really don't know if Monica was a bad person, like I said, if she was forced into it, or if she did it on her own.
Still want to know why the boyfriend was yelling at her. I mean, they haven't spoken in 12 years. He was in prison, yet when he gets out of prison, he goes to Monica. So why? I mean, is it really that he wants to get back with Monica? So I don't. I mean, he's a smug, arrogant SOB. I'm not a fan of his, but I still feel like there might be something to that. I mean, you're on house arrest. Why go see Monica? So I definitely think there's more to this story. Obviously, finding out she's part of a smuggling ring makes me believe that could be why she was killed. However, if she was part of the smuggling ring and they kill her, then how are they going to get their animals to smuggle? You know what I mean? So it's almost like when you owe money, you don't really kill the person that owes you money because you're never going to get the money. So I don't understand why they would kill her unless she was like, I've had enough. I'm going to the authorities. I'm going to turn us in. So, I mean, I guess there's still a lot to learn on why she was killed. But yeah, this definitely brings another angle into it because now you're going to have more suspects. You're going to try to figure out how it works. She had this separate apartment to keep the smuggled animals. She really lives in Brentwood, right next to the the vet. And she said on the machine she's going to hire another tech. But maybe she was waiting to hire another tech because she didn't want too many people figuring it out. So maybe that's why, there was this one guy who pretty much worked the night shift. So definitely interesting. Let's see what else is happening here. They're showing episodes and commercials for ABC shows. So hope you guys are enjoying it. I appreciate you watching and discussing with me. And like I say, stay with me after we'll do our review. So here we go. Yep. All very expensive exotic animals. What's that a picture of? Yes. Partner. Who's the partner? Morgan has another question. Look. I was thinking they were in a relationship. So the husband. I thought that too, maybe.
Oh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, what's he saying? You didn't want your son being taken away from you. Ooh. What about the book? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So you did do it. Let's see. Oh. Okay. No. That seemed way too easy. So are we saying, okay. So at first when I saw the son, he was so torn up over Monica. I was like, you just met this woman a couple years ago and your son is strongly attached to him. And then the father knew to bring, Gavin to her. So I felt like there was something more if they weren't in a relationship together, like she really went into that family. Like Monica was really attached to them. So I knew there was something more to the story. And then of course, when you find out that your wife's not just leaving you, but leaving you for another woman, not a man, that stirs up some anger in a lot of men. Not all men. But you're leaving me for another woman and now you're gonna take my son away. So I think anytime you're going to leave somebody, but you're going to bring the child with you into a new relationship, regardless of whether that's with the man or woman or whoever, that's still a lot. Because, you know what I mean? You're not just taking my son, but you're taking my son and kind of replacing me with another person in their life. So I know that has to be hard to take. But going after the woman, I just feel like that's too obvious. And when they found all these things, now it's making me think, okay, maybe the dad didn't do it, but who else would hide it in his toolbox? Are you saying maybe the son did it? Maybe the son didn't want his mom to be with Monica? And maybe it just doesn't, it's too perfect. I know you found it in the bottom of his toolbox, but the Post-it note on the dart frog, I don't know. I just feel like that's something you would have got rid of. But he seemed kind of surprised, and then he took, okay, yeah, I did it. So, usually people do that when they're defending somebody. Like, okay, wow, okay, yeah, I did it. Knowing oh my gosh, my son actually did it. I'm protecting him. So, I could be totally wrong on this, and I hope I am because I don't want children to kill people or anybody to kill people. But, I don't know. Maybe he just knew, all right, they found the book. They know it was me. I'm fessing up. But there's still a little bit of time left in the show. So I feel like they're going to kind of go into that. I just feel like that was too odd the way he was like, yeah, I did it. What are we going to do for the last 20 minutes of the show? You know what I mean? So I hope it wasn't the son, but maybe it was. Somebody else could have done it and just hid it in his toolbox. So
A lot. I mean, I think we're gonna find out more. You know what I mean? Like if he really did do it, I know that's hard to watch your child be with another person. You know, divorce is hard. It's hard on a parent. You don't want to be replaced. You don't want your child to have more fun at the mom's house or at the dad's house or with another spouse. So I really don't know. Emotions are high with that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Um, so definitely interesting, you know what I mean? I guess we're just gonna have to find out who are the other suspects. If it's not Gavin and it's not the dad, not the boyfriend, who else is left? The smuggling ring? Mm-mm. Too perfect. Morgan's gonna find something. Me neither. Something's not right. Yep. Oh, Morgan. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay, Morgan. Yep, I don't think the case is over either. There's something else going on there. There's something off about that. So she knew her longer than 2 years. What is she seeing? What's her mind going? She's so smart. I love to see her how her mind works. Yeah, how did he know that? He was wearing flip-flops. I told you that earlier. Told you that earlier. I knew the flip-flop thing was weird. I knew it. When the dad said that, I was like, he still has a lot of anger. And how do you know about the flip-flops? Wait, how did he know that? Oh, what? Oh, Morgan, you're killing me. Go, Morgan. Oh, gosh. She was pregnant. Okay. Well, that was a lot of information. So I knew when the dad said flip flops, there was something going on because he still had a lot of anger, right? Describing the crime. The mom just seemed like she was still grieving. And I can understand why. If her daughter was pregnant with her only grandchild and, her husband, Monica's dad, was basically like shunning her away, I mean, that's hard to take. This is your only grandchild and you're not able to talk to your daughter. You're very vulnerable and emotional when you're pregnant, especially after having the baby, in the first, few months and years of the baby's life. And she was completely estranged from her parents. So Shane goes to prison for the robbery. He's protecting Monica and she's had this baby. He's been in jail the whole time, so he is completely away from his son. So I'm sure the argument that he had with Monica was probably about Gavin. Like, hey, I'm out of prison now. I want to see my son. And Monica's like, well, I'm already married to somebody else. You know what I mean? So I don't understand the Bethany, connection. Bethany was gravitating towards Gavin. Probably because she's figuring it out. Gavin is not, is not my son. So I guess she was gravitating towards Monica because Monica is really Gavin's son. So I mean, this kind of throws a wrench in everything. So really, who did it? Did the husband admit to it because he sees that it was really his wife who killed Monica? I mean, there's something amiss. There's something with his confession that doesn't sit right with me. He's like, I didn't kill Monica. Then all of a sudden they show this evidence of the book that was in the bottom of his toolbox. And somehow that triggered, okay, Gavin killed her or my wife Bethany killed her. Like something triggered that and he was like, I did it. So he confessed, I think, to cover for somebody else. But who? Because there's just, I don't know. Like I said, I could be completely wrong. We only have a few more minutes of the show, but I really hope they kind of come to on what happened. Obviously, Shane didn't do it. He was on house arrest, but he's involved if he's Gavin's biological father. I mean, he's been in prison. so that his girlfriend can have, his son. So he protected her, and now he wants to speak with the son. And I guess Monica was like, no, I don't want you in his life. He's, with somebody else. But Monica's still in Gavin's life. But Bethany lied about it. So why did she lie about it? Is she involved in the murder? Is she the one who killed Monica to keep Monica away from her son so that she can be the only mom in Gavin's life? I mean, you kind of want to find out who had the motive and what happened. Here we go. Yes. Yep. Yeah, he's protecting Bethany or Gavin? Her son. All right, Gavin. Uh-oh. He's going to see her grandson. So he loved his wife. I knew there was something to it. Aww. So sad. So either he's grown up without a mom or he's grown up without a dad.
so hard to see. I wish she could be a part of their life. You know, that's hard for the grandma. She wants to try to connect with her daughter. All right, let's see how it ends here. Aw, I'm sure he was so happy to get his tarantula back. Oh, she's confessing. Good. That's good too. Open that communication. Just being honest with her daughter. That's so good. Oh, okay then. Love that. All right, love how it ended there. Let's see the previews for next week. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay. CEO. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was a good episode. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for watching with me. Stay with me in a few minutes and we will just do our review of the show. But I definitely hope you enjoyed watching with me and stay with me. We'll do our review. Okay, bye.